our amazing today's session. It's about our App-a-thon that's currently going on, and it's gonna be very much amazing and like amazing thing for you all because like this App-a-thon will give you a amazing experience for a platform that you might not be knowing yet. It's more efficient. So with that note, I would be very happy to invite Harshad, who is the founder and CEO of Moreficent. So I welcome you, Harshad, in the today's session, and he'll take you through the more efficient platform, and he'll let you know more about it and how it works, and also gives you a gist about the hackathon.
Uh,
Uh,
hey,
hey. Yeah.
thanks for joining,
Thanks for joining,
everyone.
everyone.
Essentially, we run desktop applications in the cloud and stream the UI to the browser. So, over here, I have Android Studio, which is running in a data center in Mumbai. The UI is captured and reproduced in my browser window, as you can see. So this is the exact same Android Studio that you can get from Google's website. So all of the plugins and workflows that you're used to continue to work as expected. I don't have to learn anything new to start using it. So everything that you can do with local Android Studio, you can do it over here, including things like running emulators, connecting to physical devices, and so on. What sets us apart from old school tech like X forwarding and remote desktops, and also some of the other people in the market, is that the application's responsiveness is comparable to running Android Studio locally, as you can see. And we're able to achieve this without requiring a high speed internet connection. So we have people who use our platform on 4G without any specific latency or performance issues. So now, given that we can do this, question becomes why do we want to, and what are the major benefits that we offer? And for individual users, there are three. First, of course, is in terms of hardware. So Android Studio is a pain in the ass to run, especially on like a basic laptop. So something like for students that might have, or you might have when you're starting out working. And to be honest, it's a pain in the ass to run even on like a good gaming laptop or a 2 lakh rupee MacBook Pro. Uh, but since we are running this in the cloud, we can provision the resources that you need to have a smooth programming build, smooth build. So by default, we give everyone 4 cores and 8 gigs of RAM, which might get increased in the near future, and we can scale that up if someone is building a particularly complex project. What this means is that your laptop will not overheat, it will not hang, it will not crash as you are building your Android application and continuing in your journey of becoming a experienced Android programmer. The second major benefit is in terms of collaboration. So I can share this token and multiple people can edit this at the same time. The major benefit over something like Hangout, Screen Share, or Zoom is that, again, the UI updates are immediate because there is next to no lag if multiple people are editing at the same time. So that's two. The third major benefit that we offer is in terms of standardized build environments. So this is called the launcher window. Over here, you see that we have 4 versions of Android Studio. One of them has the React Native toolchain setup. Uh, Essentially, this means that you can get started programming without waiting for without actually having to set up the environment yourself. So apart from saving all the time and hassle that comes with that, it also means that everyone is working with the exact same tool chain. So the bugs that are caused because of tooling inconsistencies or the long, complicated setup processes that are there are all eliminated by construction. So over here, React Native requires Node, which should be available on Path, as you can see. Other than that, we have put in a lot of effort to make sure that you can start working without reading any documentation. But if you do run into any issues, then we have platform docs available that you can open from this link. They're available everywhere. And I would recommend setting up a CLI so that you can do things like Android device connection and so on, which is basically a one step process. Uh, Aside from that, the platform is very young, and between now and the eventual event, you'll see many changes to the user interface, but the core functionality will be the same. If you do run into any issues, please file a bug report. You can also reach me directly on the support page over here. But the bug report gives us context into what went wrong so that it becomes a bit easier to reproduce the error. Okay, so like let's say that you're facing UI lag, which should be very rare, but let's say it happens, and you submit this report. So this when this report is submitted, we capture some network statistics and so on, and the other relevant pieces of metadata is sent to our server, so that again it becomes easier to identify. Okay, so that's again a very, very quick introduction to the platform. We have Siddharth who is going to go into greater depth on how to actually use it to build a very simple app. And yeah, looking forward to having the rest of you, all of you, and more on the event.
Yeah, thank you, Harshad, for inviting me. Thank you, Chavi. So let me just start with the introduction. Hi, everybody. I am Siddharth Sharma, an Android engineer at Router, which is an esports live streaming platform. Apart from that, I am also an open source developer at Greenstand. They have their Tree Tracker 2.1 app on Play Store, which helps user to plant and document their trees live in some sort of manner. I also mentored in Hacktoberfest this year and previous year too. It was a great experience. Uh, I've also developed some open source libraries and project. You can check that out on GitHub with my username Sid Sharma 2002. Uh, Throwing some little bit light on Router. So what Router actually is, it's an Indian Twitch Plus kind of a TikTok, but based on esports, Indian esports. We are growing exponentially. We have signed Dusvendra Chahal, Ryan Parag, and if you have some experience in esports, we've also signed Jonathan and his whole godlike team. So yeah, let's just start with how Moreficent works. I'll just share my screen. Okay. Let me know if it's visible. So I have already opened up and already started with a new project with an empty activity. It's a basic project. You'll just have to select empty activity and you'll get to this point. Uh, so we'll be building a dice roller app in which you can just click on a button and the dice will roll and throw up a random number. So for that, let me just give the dice's view some constraints. Let's just center it in the middle. Start off parent and to end of parent, and let's give it bottom to bottom of parent. Also, let's give it a ratio. Let's make it square, so I'll give it a ratio of 1:1. Let's give it a width percentage of, I guess, 60%. Yeah, that's great. Let's give it some background color. uh, okay, I'll just select red manually. Acha, God. Okay, so now we have to add up a text view, which will show a random number. So let's add up a text view. Let's give it wrap, and let's give it a size of maybe uh let's say 25 dp. Uh, let's give it some sample or maybe actual initial text of 1. So initially it will show a random number as 1. Let's give it a color. Uh, maybe white. Okay. Let's also center this by gravity. Center. Yeah. I'll just increase its size. Okay. Now we also need to give up a button on which the user will click and the dice will start to roll. Let's give it wrap. Let's give it a text of click to roll. Okay. Now we need to align this somewhere in between the dice and the bottom of the screen. So I'll do this way. I'll give it bottom to bottom of parent, start to start of parent, end to end of parent, and now I'll give it top to bottom of dice. For that, I'll need to give ID to this card view. So I'll give it CV dice. CV basically means card view, top to bottom of CV dice. Yeah, great. Let's give this button an ID. That is button underscore role. We also need to give this text view an ID. That is a number. Yeah, great. So let's also give it some radius. Radius of 12. Yeah, 12 dp is great. So we are done with the UI part. Let's just quickly move to the Java code. Sorry, Kotlin code. Yeah, so we need to first define the views which we have declared. So I'll define button, card view, and the text view. Button of the type button. Let's import this. Uh, this card view, and we also need to have a text view. I'm just not thinking about the names right now, but you can give this as you like, which means that you can also give text view a name as text number or number text as you want. Set views. I'll create a function. Set views, and then initialize every UI component by find view by ID. So the ID for this button was button role. For this card view was CV dice, and for this text view was r.id dot tv number. Yeah. So here we have initialized all the views. Let's just also document this. Mm, Uh, set CUI views. In the next part, we need to set click listener on the views. Not all the views, but just the button. But I'll still create a method for that. Here we need to give it set on click listener and roll the dice. Yeah. So this means that whenever we click on a button, this roll the dice method will get called. And now here we have to implement how actually our dice will roll. This method rolls the dice with random number. Yeah. So how actually we'll be rolling the dice? We'll do this by an API, which is animate API. So we'll animate this and give it a rotation by, let's try to give it some random values. That means that I'll also randomize the number of times it will roll and by how much degree of rotation it will roll. So let's give it between 1 to not 1, 4 to 7 dot random. So times will be a random number between 3 to 7. Let's give it a rotation angle, which will also be a random number, just to give some realistic effect. So let's give it somewhere between 180 to 360 random. And now our total rotation degree will be rotation angle multiplied by times. Okay, I guess this would be asking this as float. Let's give it float. To float. Yeah. And here I'll give it some duration. Let's also, just for the sake of giving it some realistic effect, let's also give it a random duration. Maybe between 2 to 4 seconds random, and I'll multiply this by milliseconds duration. Okay, and I'll just start this over here. So now what actually this line of code does is this will rotate it by a random rotation angle multiplied by the number of times, which is also random, between 3 to 7, and for a time duration between 2 to 4 seconds. So like every we are playing too much random over here. And now in the next line we need to set up a random text. So roll the dice. Now we need to set up a random text. How we'll do that is by using handlers. Looper, get main looper, and post delayed. I'll pass in a runnable over here and override the run method. I'll also pass duration as the half of what I passed in that of the dice. So suppose I get a random number over here, duration as 3. That means the dice will roll for 3 seconds. Now I will set the text as half of that. That means after 1.5 second, the text will get set. Okay, so I also need to generate a random text that is a random number equals to between 1 to 6 random, and as we are running it on main looper, so this runnable will run on the main thread. I'll set the text as random number dot toString. Cool. So yeah, I guess this should do the stuff. Let's just try to play this. So the expected output will be a dice will roll for between 2 to 4 seconds, and for, between that time exactly, between half of that time, random text will get set. Yeah, so you can see that we are able to uh, see a dice over here, and we can see uh click to roll button over here. Let's just try to click it. Yeah, so we have like let's do some a very cool thing over here. Let's just try to give this an interpolator too. Yeah, set interpolator. Let's give it an accelerate, deaccelerate interpolator. Let's rerun this. Yeah, so maybe you'll see an accelerating effect in the first half, and then the die will deaccelerate. Okay, so the random number was one. Yeah, so we are done with this. Let's try to run another emulator over here too. Uh, this is the second emulator. Uh, and as all of you can see, there was no UI lag or any lag in the emulator. And it's also running on Pixel 3, so it's quite some heavy device for an emulator. I mean, it would be fine for Pixel 2 also, but Pixel 3 to 5 is uh, some kind of a heavy thing. So yeah, we have built this app and we have seen how Moreficent works seamlessly for Android development. So yeah, over to you, Chavi. So I can see a doubt by Chris Chopra, which says that I have a doubt. What does an interpolator do? An interpolator basically tells how the values in the rotation or the animation which you have defined will work. So it is kind of a like stream of values. Uh, like I just have set an accelerator, deaccelerator, interpolator, which says that the first half of the values will accelerate. That means it will throw the values, animate the values exponentially. Uh, you all know what acceleration is. First, the dice will rotate with an increasing velocity, and then it will deaccelerate. So after the half, the die will rotate with decreasing velocity. So it basically tells the animate API how to throw up the values.
amazing session and explaining a gist. So with that, now you would be moving further. So I hope you all got a proper understanding what is actually more efficient platform, and also how you can get started with it, and also we got an overview. So with that note, if you have any suggestion, any feedback that you want some more session, so do let me know. And I'll be and also I have shared one WhatsApp group link with you all in the calendar invite. You all can just join in that, so that you can have all the updates over there. I am just sharing my screen once for you all. You can just see my screen, and here you can see that that's how like the reskill.com/hack/App-a-thon is currently looking like. And now you can see that it's a more efficient App-a-thon, okay, in which what we are going to do, we are having some amazing four themes. The hackathon is all around these four themes, which is agriculture, food tech, and rural development one. The second is open innovation. The third one is about tourism, and the fourth one is about women safety. So you can just work on any of the theme, and you can make some amazing ideas and submit over there. And obviously we have some amazing people in the jury panel, okay. And moving with that, there are some amazing rewards and benefits that you would be receiving in this hackathon, and every valid submission would be receiving a t-shirt and a certificate by More Efficient. So yeah, it's something good. And also the winners would be receiving Amazon voucher worth 15k, swags, and obviously certificates. Moving with that, when it comes to the submission part, okay, you can just again have a look to the More Efficient platform, and also get an understanding of it properly, so that you can get started with it. And also do let me know if there is any doubt or anything that you come across. You can just share it with me, how to submit. Okay, so when it comes to the submission part, again, like you just first of all have to like register on the hackathon, and then you can just submit your idea on the on the dashboard that would be coming. And also there, what you can do, you can just after the registration part, you would be receiving a dashboard, and there you can just select one theme and submit your idea. So that's how it's going to look like. Amazing. And do let me know if you have any doubt, anything you come across. You can just reach out to me anytime regarding anything, and I would be very happy to take all your doubts. And do let me know again if you want some more such session, because you have time till 19th November. So let's see what all amazing submission that we would be receiving. If you come up with any doubt, do let me know, and I would be very happy to take them all. So with that, no, thanks a lot everyone for joining in. And we would be coming and we would be taking some more amazing session like this super soon, for more efficient, to understand more about the platform, okay. Thanks a lot. Have a great day. Bye bye.